Hello and welcome to Divine Duality Tarot. My name is TJ. Today's video is for you, Leo, for the week of, it's week 51 on December 19th, I believe is the Monday of it. So what I'm going to do for you, Leo, is just a simple relationship spread. Get your energy going into it, get your interest energy going into it, and kind of see where the dynamic is between the two of you. Give you a little bit of forewarning instead of no warning at all. So that said, if any of these meanings are vague or don't make sense, I do have a second deck here for clarification purposes. So, Leo, what is your energy going into this week? Okay. All right. You have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is satisfaction, emotional satisfaction. Then you have the Knight of Cups, which is acting on feeling, which is a new situation, but kind of slow, taking it slow. And then you have the Knight of Wands, which is fast action, travel, passion. There's a lot of conflicting messages here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clarify both of these. This one speaks for itself. You're going into that week, to this week, to the week of December 19th. You are going into it with satisfaction. You are satisfied. You are in a good state of mind to end a week on, or to start a week, my apologies. All right, so this is your Knight of Cups, which is your new but slow. And what is the meaning of that Knight of Wands? Okay, so sometimes when I do this, if something really jumps out, then it's something that really needs to be said. I think that was step one. I think so, yep. Okay, all right. So, satisfaction, good energy to go into. The Knight of Cups, which is new, acting on feeling, because this new feeling is celebration, but I think it's a reluctant celebration because there are issues that but don't necessarily want to address right away. And you have the Five of Pentacles, which is instability, which, in a material sense. So you're going into it satisfied. You're going into it, everything's fine. You're taking your time with it, at least when it comes to the emotional side of it, because you are able to celebrate your situation, and that celebration is being masked purposely by you. You are purposely putting aside whatever instability this is, so that you can continue to celebrate. So there's a little bit of denial of issues going on here, but it's not necessarily a bad thing, as long as these aren't issues that are going to really hurt if you set them aside for a moment. And that Knight of Wands, the fast acting part, you have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is wealth. It is the material stability. It could be financial stability. It could be you got a job or a new position that is bringing you, a little bit of burden, has been relieved. And then you have justice. Justice, it's resolution, it's balance, it's coming to an agreement. So there may be a situation where you've been having problems coming to the realization, the conclusion that there is a change that is benefiting, that you moved fast toward. You have moved toward this, you want this, you've got it, and you are going into this with the understanding that you have done your thing. It's so vague to word it like that, but I can't think of a better way to describe it. Is you have gone into it with a feeling of accomplishment. Whatever this is, you're putting aside the crap because you're trying to look at, I'm assuming, a bigger picture. And you're refusing to deal with, some specific issues. And that rush is the intent of victory, is a power couple. You are going into this with a good sense of you are contributing what you need to contribute. And to do so is to put out of your mind the negativity, the problems that may be arising that are there, but you're putting it aside. It's a weird state of mind to be going into a week with, you're in a good spot. You need to take your time and make it work, but you also know that you have to act to make it work. So it's like, do you rush? Do you not rush? Do you just jump off and go for it, or do you take gentle steps? You're kind of in a crossroads. The methodology that you have is, you want the best outcome, and you need to go for it, but you also know that there are issues lurking, and if you go too fast, you may completely leave them behind, and then they're going to come back up and bite you in the ass later on. It also might be one of those things where you think that this will cancel that out. Like, oh, there's a problem, but this benefit I'm bringing will make that problem not as bad. So it's like you're finding a yin and yang here, cancel out that problem instead of addressing it directly. So you're in a good state of mind going in. You got good intention, you feel fulfilled, that's good. If there's problems lurking, then it makes me wonder, what is your romantic interests energy going into this? Are they the problem? It could be the problem. Or it could be something completely different. They may be trying to work with you to help solve this problem. Let's see what their energy is going into it. First one that came up, their energy, the Chariot. The Chariot is fast moving. It's a plan to establish a new position in the relationship. It's somebody who has victory on the mind, but their energy isn't exactly aligned with yours. And I think that's where this refusal of the issue is. They have different priorities. They are success driven. They are on your side. Like they are not trying to stand in your way, but they have a different path to success. They're seeing a different road that's conflicting with yours. At least part of it. It's probably not the entire thing. Because if they weren't if they weren't supportive, then they wouldn't have a good outlook. Like their energy going into it, there is support, but there's a conflict, I believe, of methodology. There is definitely something in this success that they do not like, that they are not, it's not jiving with them. And you're just in the mindset of, oh well, you'll be okay. Not a good mindset to have, but, because things will have to be addressed at some point. But you have the Seven of Cups as well. Well, they have the Seven of Cups, which is, could be dreaming. I think more so it's clarity. Like they're finally coming into the understanding of it is what it is. So they may be working through this on their own without you. But what you don't want to do is leave them out in the cold, because then, like, help them work through it instead of just ignoring their side of it, because the smallest crack can just break the whole thing later on. A little bit of water and some concrete, eventually that water is just gonna go through. I mean, all it takes is just the littlest issue not addressed will compound. And that's where that situation is. And their energy, I think they realize it. And this could also be like you've hit a situation where it's not going to get any better than what you are going into it with. Like you've taken a new position, or you've taken a new situation, and you've made it the best that it can possibly be, but there's no going forward from that. And that might be what you are refusing to see. And they see it, but they're not. And that's where this Chariot comes into play, is they see that success. They see where you're coming from, but they're veering off a little bit. Like they're seeing what you don't. You're still pulling in the same direction, but you're starting to kind of pull apart. But the last little bit of energy coming into it, Leo, is the sun. The sun is a renewed passion, a bright future, the desire for success, the desire for the best. It's the desire to make family work, to either make family work as in building more family, building a better family. It is definitely wanting to make the best out of the situation that they're given. This is going to be a week of confusion, but understanding at the same time. This is definitely going to be a time to not ignore the problem, because the person, the interest in this situation, I think is equipped to deal with it. But you have to be able to voice that. You have to get rid of whatever this instability is that you are purposely ignoring, because that instability will grow if all you do is celebrate the good times, because then the bad times are just going to build up. Like that will eventually come to the forefront. It'll come bubbling up, because you want the sun to continue through the rest of your life. You want it to be success. You want it to be a victory. And what I would hate to see, Leo, what I would hate to see is 6 months, a year, 2 years down the line, 3-5 years down the line, you both are sitting together, just chilling out, and then it's like that one little problem that has been weighing on your partner this whole time, or this one problem that you have been purposely ignoring, is going to, it will have grown into this monster. Right now, it's like a little mouse. You can catch it, you can do something about it. But if you let problems like this continue, then it will grow into something that you cannot control. So celebrate your success, celebrate your victory. They are going to be celebrating with you. They are happy for you. But help them get clarity. Help you clarify the situation. And it might come down to defining roles in how things are actually going to work. Like this is how this will be, and then this is how this will be. And if you come to that conclusion, then your chariot, instead of pulling apart, they might start pulling back together. And then you'll get that success, you'll get that victory, that power couple, you'll get the justice, the mutual understanding, the resolution, the balance that comes along with it. And then you both can just enjoy that Nine of Cups, that wonderful, wonderful feeling of being satisfied. So, Leo, please, please, please leave me a comment below. Let me know if this resonates with you. Also, please like and subscribe. And with that, Leo, I will see you next week.